I groaned slowly as the first beam of sunlight hit my face. I opened my eyes slowly, and what I could tell was my eyes were puffed due to crying. I turned to my right side and saw Sojun laying next to my bed with his head resting on the bed while holding my hand. Did he sleep by my side last night? I thought to myself as I watched him. The warmth of his hand felt in mine. He was sleeping peacefully, tried taking my hand out of his grip, making sure he didn't wake up. But unfortunately, he slowly opened his eyes and looked up at me. As soon as his eyes met mine, an instant smile formed on his lips, making my heart melt for a second. "How are you feeling now?" he asked, making me wonder what he meant. How I am feeling now? I tried to sit up on the bed and I could only feel the overwhelming dizziness and a little bit of pain. I placed my hand on my head, trying to ease the pain. He noticed it and sat beside me on the bed, placing his hands on my forehead, and he checked my temperature. "Fever has gone now. Is there anything you are feeling right now? Any nauseous feeling?" he asked, giving me a concerned look. "Fever? Yes, last night you were having a fever, so I took care of you," he smiled. Did he stay the whole night beside me, just taking care of me? I just stared at him blankly, and his brows rose. "What are you thinking?" he asked me, making me look away from him quickly, as I realized I have been staring at him for a while now. No, thank you. It must have been uncomfortable for you to sleep last night." I gave him a weak smile. "No, it wasn't," he replied without even thinking twice, as if he already knew the answer to my question. "You should take a rest. I will go another room and fresh up. I will send someone with your breakfast here," he said, and was about to leave until I noticed my clothes had changed. He was the one who took care of me the whole night, so my clothes... "Sojun," I mumbled in a low voice, but it was enough to reach him. He turned around and saw my nervous face and followed my eyes, which were currently on my changed clothes. "Ah, don't worry. I asked the maid to help you change into something comfortable." And my cheeks turned red due to embarrassment. I see." He left the room with a playful smile dancing on his lips. I lay down back in my bed and closed my eyes, hoping for the rest, but this certain feeling was not letting me. I could still feel the pain in my chest and my head. I could feel my eyes watering up over what happened last night. It was like a nightmare I would never wish to see again. I wish, if only it would have been just a dream. I did everything, every possible attempt to endure all the pain they all served me until now, just because I want to see my sister safe. I have no one other than her, and these people are taking advantage of my weakness however they wish. This is not fair, it's really not. A thick drop of tear rolled down my cheeks. I headed downstairs towards the dining hall, as feeling much better than before. "Why?" I looked down and saw Sojun looking up at me with a bright smile on his face. I smiled back and took my seat beside him at the table. "Are you feeling any better?" He glanced up at me. "Yes, much better." "That's good. How about going shopping later on?" he asked, making me look at him in surprise. "Shopping?" "Yes, today's weather is so nice, so I was thinking..." "Sure. He's just doing it for my sake, taking me out to make me feel better." I stole a glance at her and so many thoughts started coming to my mind. I have known Wayan since our university days. She was a quiet and silent girl who never really had friends. She used to never interrupt anyone's business, nor let anyone close to her. She always had her up against everyone. Many people used to say that she was mysterious enough, but that always made me to find her attractive. She used to be indifferent to all the people around who tried approaching her. I always wanted to know her story, but I never got a chance to stay close to her. I tried several times to get to know her, but she never seemed to show any interest, which made me feel as if I was annoying her or she likes to stay alone by herself. Until one day I saw one of her most beautiful and genuine smile, which she showed to a small girl on the street. I felt a bit of pain in my heart just thinking she never showed this side of herself to me before. Later, got to know that the little girl was her younger sister. I was happy seeing her from afar, but soon that day came the day of our graduation and I lost the last hope to ever see her again. Until yesterday when she showed up in front of me again, but this time as my best friend's wife. "I'm sorry," she said. "What are you doing here?" he asked, directly getting into the point. Maya was a bit taken aback by his words as they seemed cold and distant. "About yesterday. Can we not talk about it? If you are here just because of that, you can leave now. I got work." Jungkook added as Maya lowered her gaze at his words and turned around to leave. Closing the door behind, she mumbled, "Is he showing this attitude to me because of her?" I was walking through the hallway, not paying attention to my surroundings, and suddenly I bumped into someone, making them lose their balance and fell down the floor. I'm sorry. I looked down just to find Jungkook's personal secretary, Mr. Tim, on the ground with all the documents scattered on the floor. "I'm so sorry, I was not paying attention," I said as I knelt down and started helping him picking up all the papers. "No, Miss Maya, I was careless. Not many people visit the top floor as it's president's floor, so I didn't pay much attention ahead." He smiled, trying to hide my mistake as he knew how important I was to his boss. I was busy picking up the documents and I suddenly noticed a paper which had Wayan's picture and some information on it. I was about to pick it up until Mr. Tim quickly picked it up as if he didn't want to let me have a look at it. I'm sorry. You don't have to do this. I will pick them up myself, Miss Maya." He smiled nervously, making me doubt his actions even more. "I worried about Wayan a lot," I said, making him looking up at me. "Huh? Yeah, even Mr. Jungkook is," he said, looking down again and started picking up all the papers. I clenched my fist and forced a smile. "Can you help me with something, Mr. Tim?" I asked, which made him tilt his head up. "How can I help you?" "Can you get me Wayan's information in detail?" I smiled, making his eyes go wide. I will try." He quickly looked down. "Don't you have it with you right now?" I questioned, making him pause. He got up. I don't. I'm Jungkook's well-wisher. I don't think he will ever think about hiding anything from me. Don't you think too, Mr. Tim?" I said, giving him an innocent look. Come on, hand me those documents already. What's so much to think about it? I thought to myself as I watched him thinking for a while. "Sorry, Miss Maya, but I can't," he said, and making his way ahead. "Are you trying to imply you don't trust me?" "No, Miss Maya, you're getting me wrong. It's just against my work ethics. I work for Mr. John, and it's my responsibility to hand over his private documents to him, and not anyone else other than him." He bowed and made his way towards Jungkook's cabin. Maya watched him leave, and several questions started popping up inside her head. Why did Jungkook ask him to get her information in the first place? Is there something that no one of us has any idea about? She was lost in her thoughts until her phone buzzed, making her take a look at it. She walked away picking it up.